Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium Singles video here on iStarly TV. This is part of my Battle Stadium Singles Spotlight series where I show you different unique movesets for Pokemon in the Battle Stadium Singles format. And today we're getting a little bit of a preview of Regulation G, which is the upcoming brand new rule set that'll be legal for singles and doubles battles, which allows just one restricted legendary Pokemon per team. And one of those restricted legendary Pokemon is Calyrex. And of course, Calyrex has a couple of forms, and this one is the Ghost. Is it called Ghost Rider form? I'm going to call it the Ghost Rider form. You could also just use regular Calyrex unfused, but it's actually terrible. So you definitely want to combine it with either Spectrier or Glastrier, and it becomes insanely powerful when you do that. Now, in order to get the item that allows you to combine Calyrex and either Spectrier or Glastrier, you have to get the Reigns of Unity item. It's a key item, and I'll show you. I have a video I've made a video that shows you how to get it, so I will post that in the description and the end of this video, so check out that video if you don't yet have this item. You can also catch, I think, Calyrex and Spectrier in Scarlet and Violet now, thanks to the Indigo Disc DLC, but either way, you can also transfer them from Sword and Shield, the DLC of those games. Anyways, let's get to the moveset, because Regulation G is coming in a few weeks, and I think Calyrex will probably be one of, if not the most powerful legendary Pokemon that you can have on your team. This Pokemon, specifically the Ghost form with Spectrier, this Pokemon is insanely powerful, and now that Zacian was sadly nerfed, well, probably not sadly, but now that Zacian is nerfed, I do think the top spot could very well go to this Pokemon right here. So Calyrex is a Psychic and Ghost type with a massive 165 special attack stat, as well as a 150 speed stat. Its bulk is also not bad at all, with 100 HP, 80 defense, and 100 special defense. So it's reasonably tanky, and it is just a terrifying threat that hits insanely hard. And to top it all off, as if that wasn't enough, it's pretty much the fastest thing in the game. It's not the single fastest thing in the game, but it's basically one of the fastest Pokemon in this entire format. And few things outspeed this truly behemoth threat. So today's set, I mean, it's honestly not super creative. I know I like to show off unique and somewhat creative movesets, but just to start things off for Regulation G, and because I expect Calyrex to be, again, one of, if not the best Pokemon in that format, I just wanted to start with something simple. This is Focus Sash Nasty Plot Calyrex. This has max special attack and max speed. Simple as that. By running max speed, you speed tie with opposing Calyrex. Really as simple as that. And you guarantee that you're faster than everything else. You're faster than Dragapult, you're fast, which probably won't see that much play, to be honest. Faster than non-booster energy Fluttermane and Iron Bundle, who are otherwise the fastest Pokemon out there. You're faster than Koraidon and Miraidon, which are two other really strong restricted legends that are going to be legal in this format. You're also faster than Zacian, who, like I said, was nerfed, so you might not see as much as Zacian, but if you happen to see it, you'll know that you are also faster than Zacian. So just running max speed just makes sense. And then max special attack just allows you to hit as hard as possible. Focus Sash is there just to guarantee you survive a hit and just get off massive damage. Something else I forgot to mention is that Calyrex, because this Pokemon is basically a combination of two Pokemon, it's a combination of Calyrex and Spectrier, this form of Calyrex basically has two abilities. Its ability is called As One, and it's just basically a combination of the two abilities. The two abilities being Unnerve, which prevents the use of berries. That is surprisingly clutch. In Battle Stadium Singles, there's a decent amount of berries. You know, some tankier Pokemon run citrus berries. Some Pokemon run like Iapapa berries, stuff like that. And sometimes you'll see a Chesto berry. Preventing the enemy from using those berries really shuts down their game plan. And especially with Pokemon that are going to try to use citrus berries, it completely just destroys them, right? So that's something that's really good to keep in mind that doesn't come up super often. The second ability is called Grim Neigh, and it is Spectrier's ability. And when you get a knockout, when you knock out a Pokemon with one of your moves, you get a special attack boost. So So it's basically like Moxie, like Beast Boost, like those types of abilities that we've seen before, but it's only for your special attack. And that's insane as well because you're already hitting really, really hard. So you're already going to score some knockouts with your strong moves, and you just easily snowball the game just by getting a single knockout with this. And that's why I like running Focus Sash, because again, it kind of just guarantees that you survive a hit, and it makes it just more likely that you're just going to snowball the game and just get super out of control. So the moves are also pretty straightforward. We have Nasty Plot. You know, you can use it if you predict a switch, or if you're guaranteed, if you know you're going to survive a hit, and then you can maybe guaranteed get a KO the next turn or something. I like Nasty Plot, but there's a few other moves you could use. Now, Calyrex's move pool is not super deep. There's Leaf Storm, there's Giga Drain, there's like Draining Kiss, but honestly, I just like Nasty Plot here. The second move is Astral Barrage, which is this Pokemon's signature move, and it's just a 120 base power ghost type move for no reason. It has no drawbacks at all. 120 base power ghost special attack. It just obliterates enemies. It's super, super, super strong. Obviously, you're gonna run that move. And then the next move we have Psychic, just for a second stab. Psychic's also a pretty good type with Ghost. It kind of complements Ghost pretty nicely. Finally, I have Tera Blast with a Tera Fighting type. This is a good defensive and offensive Tera type. Now, Calyrex's typing, Psychic and Ghost, is a really interesting one because you are very, very weak to Ghost type moves and Dark type moves. You are 4 times weak to Ghost and Dark. So you'll definitely want to try to mitigate that to the best of your ability. You could go Tera Normal if you want. If you do that, you probably don't want to run Tera Blast, but Tera Normal could make it so that you're immune to Ghost moves. But if you're more worried about Dark types, then going Tera Fighting is nice because you resist Dark, and you also get a Fighting type Tera Blast, which will deal super effective damage to Dark types. So just some Pokemon to look out for. You know, as far as Ghost types, there's Mimikyu. I think Mimikyu's usage will probably rise in this new format, probably because of Calyrex. You know, Mimikyu with its Disguise ability can always survive a hit, and then it can do massive damage to Calyrex because it's a Ghost type. Mimikyu also has Shadow Sneak, which can, you know, hit Calyrex before Calyrex can do anything, and one-hit KO it if Calyrex doesn't Terrasilize or anything like that. So I think Mimikyu's something to watch out for. Fluttermane's another one to watch out for. You know, with Booster Energy, Fluttermane will outspeed you, and of course do massive damage with Shadow Ball, so that's something to keep in mind. Also, there's some Dark types. I think Incineroar looks really good in this meta, because there are a couple other Psychic types, but also just against Calyrex, Incineroar resists Astral Barrage and is immune to Psychic, so it just completely walls all of your stab. So, but really any Dark type does that, right? And if it's like a Dark and like, if it's a Dark type and then its other typing is a typing that can resist fighting, then it can balance that out pretty nicely. So Dark types are scary, Ghost types are scary, that's why your Terrastalizing is going to, you're going to want to use your Tera type to help you out there, right? But I mean, it's really as simple as that. I mean, like I said, I just wanted to start very simple with this first video for Regulation G, and I'll get into more complex sets as the format goes on once we have a better idea of what's good and what's not. But I've been doing some testing on Showdown, and I do see a lot of Calyrex. I do expect it to be probably the most used restricted legend. I haven't seen that much Kyogre, but Kyogre is another Pokemon that's always very commonly used in these formats. Once again, Zacian probably won't be as good as it used to be, and Zacian's another good Pokemon, but yeah, just stuff to keep in mind. But that is my Focus Sash Nasty Plot Calyrex. Like I said, it's nothing super special. You know, Calyrex's move pool, once again, is not super deep. Other options that Calyrex does have, though, just to talk about, it has Curse, which I guess could be an option, although Calyrex is such a huge threat. I don't think you want to lower your HP. It has Draining Kiss, which is its only Fairy type coverage, unless you go Tera Fairy. Tera Fairy is another good Tera type you could go for. It has Psyshock if you want to hit Pokemon that have really high special defense, but not great physical defense. That's an option. It has Substitute as well, since Calyrex is, again, such a scary, just terrifying threat. It's going to force out a lot of switches, and you could predict a switch and go for Substitute, which could be really nice. Also has Calm Mind, but I think Nasty Plot is just better. It also has Will-O-Wisp for what it's worth, but again, I think you want to just go purely as offensive as possible with Calyrex. Finally, you have Trick. which could be another good option if you want to run like Choice Specs or Choice Scarf. You could trick an unsuspecting opponent the Choice item to shut them down, but Calyrex is scary. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. Let me know if you have any unique Calyrex movesets that you want to try out yourself. I do, once again, I can't say this enough, this Pokemon's going to be very, very good. If you're building teams in Regulation G, make sure you have answers to this thing, whether that's normal types, bulky normal types, or good dark types, or ghost types. Just, you need to make sure you can answer this thing, because it will sweep your team if you're unprepared. And it's kind of ugly looking, but it's also scary looking, and that's fitting. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos. Let me know what you think of this Pokemon, and let me know what you think of everything. Anything. I'll see you next time.